What it do? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube. I say, what it do? All right, y'all. I'm so frustrated right now because I just sat here in front of this computer for like 45 minutes waiting for it to get its crap together. At this point, I'm tired and I don't even remember much from the damn movie. I remember most stuff. All right, so as the title say, I just got through seeing. This is my first review with my new setup. I've actually seen a movie in theaters because I didn't have a car. The car situation, I wasn't able to go to the movie theaters like I used to. But now I got my new car. Now I go to the movies. So I just got back seeing Gretel and Hansel. All right. So thank you for joining me for another Wine Wednesday movie discussion. So y'all go ahead and look at these clips, and I'ma be right on back. Welcome back. All right, y'all. So first and foremost, for some reason, I have not been able to finish my bottles. Usually, a bottle like this, well, a guy my size, like this kind of bottle, I usually finish it one night. But lately, I haven't been finishing, so I'm trying to finish this one before I open up another one. So that's why it's quite empty. I haven't been sitting here drinking this. I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh, he just turned." I'm not lit right now. No, I'm not lit right now. But I want to finish this bottle. So let's go ahead and get and start with this discussion. Okay, so I just got through seeing Gretel and Hansel. For those who are not familiar with it, as you should be, it is another story, another take on the story of Hansel and Gretel. Now, I was wondering why when I first heard they were putting Gretel first in front of Hansel, because usually Hansel and Gretel, but they put Gretel and Hansel. In this story, she is a lot older than he is, so she takes the lead a lot in this story. So she's that older sister that is looking after that younger brother. Now there will be spoiler alert. Now, um, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So if you're just wondering how I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. Um, I thought it was all right. Wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. But now I'm going to go into depth with it. So if you haven't seen it, you want to see it, you don't want no spoilers, then go ahead and turn it off now, and then come back after you've seen it and see if you felt the same way I felt. Okay. Um, it starts off with Gretel being the older sister, and they've come on hard times. I believe in the story the father has passed away, so mom is kicking the kids out. She can't afford to feed them, so she Gretel doesn't want to go to a convent, so mom, you got to go and take your brother with you. So basically, they leave home, and then they encounter this man that saves them from some sort of sick zombie type thing. I don't know what it was. So he saves them, and he basically tells them, "Listen, I'm gonna put a path out in the forest for you. Just I'm gonna lay it out for you. You go follow it, and you'll find a forester or foresters. I guess like people that live in the forest, they have like a little village or whatnot. And that's basically where he sent them. And of course, that's when they come across in the woods. That's when they come across the witch's house. Now, before that, they're going through the forest. They're hungry, so they eat some mushrooms, and they get high as hell. They get high. So at that point, I was thinking, well, maybe this story is taking place through this little trip that they're having. So I started off thinking that. So as the movie's progressing, one thing I did like about it is that it was not predictable. Although after you see it and the ending, you're like, it kind of should have been. You kind of predicted it, but you thought that you didn't. So the movie itself takes on this whole thing of some women having abilities and having gifts, so to speak. And sometimes if someone's giving you a gift, they're also taking something away. So, and Hansel says that to his sister. And then hey, Gretel throughout the movie is hearing voices while they're living, because they end up living with this witch. They find the house, they start living with her. Gretel's like, listen, if you let us stay here, I'll help you with animals and all this. And, Hansel, he'll learn how to chop wood and all that stuff. So the old lady agrees and says, okay, I don't really hire kids, but all right, not a problem. Well, we know who she is. So, throughout the story while they're living with her, Gretel is hearing like voices, children voices and stuff like that. Hansel, of course, is just Hansel. You know what I mean? And then what I like about the story is that it is another take on Hansel and Gretel. Like that's just basically what it is. So if you are expecting something like some sort of twist or some sort of like some it's word I want to use, not necessarily a twist, but I don't know. I think y'all know what I'm talking about when when you get a story that everybody's familiar with, like a fairy tale. They do their own take, and they have like little events that happen in there, and it's what it seems, but it's not what it seemed. So what I enjoyed about the story was that it did not keep the story of Hansel and Gretel, although it kind of did. It just took its own liberties. I think that's the word I was going. It takes its own liberties that keep you guessing. So that way you're not sitting there looking at a different version of Hansel and Gretel, although you are. And I think that's really good writing when you have events that happen that make you think, oh, this is what's going to happen. And then something happens, you're like, oh, I was wrong. And then you start thinking this is going to happen. You're like, oh, no, I was right the first time. So you're sitting there, you're like trying to figure everything out. And then when the movie is over, you're like, damn, it literally was Hansel and Gretel. And by me saying that, it ended with spoiler alert. If you're familiar with the story, you know that Gretel ends up pushing the witch into the oven and burning her alive, therefore saving her and her brother. Same thing kinds of happen here. Well, you find out that she actually does. Gretel has gifts too. So Gretel, because what I assumed first when I saw the trailers and all that stuff, I assumed Gretel was some sort of witch the way that they were heading toward it. And then you find out that she kind of actually is. She has gifts herself. So she's able to trap the witch, like it was like a stick, kind of like a broom, a witch's broom, with two, like kind of like it's kind of forked. So it kind of got across the witch's neck and held her up against a wall. And then as Hansel is climbing up this ladder thing, because it's all this fire down below, she's getting ready to cook Hansel basically and feed him to Gretel. And so this is when Gretel taps into her powers and traps the witch up against a wall, but she's so low that the fire kind of catches her, so she catches fire and all that. And Gretel's trying to convince her brother to stop because he's under a spell. And the only way for him to stop was she would have to kill the witch, which she did. Ended up breaking the witch's neck with the thing, and then the witch fell and burnt, and then boom, she saves her brother. At the end, she ends up sending her brother away. Gretel stays close into the forest and kind of like frees the children's souls kind of thing. So it really was Hansel and Gretel, just literally their take of it. And I was expecting some sort of twist, some sort of, still can't find a word. And the funny thing is, what I'm trying to say, I'll be able to say it tomorrow when I wake up or when I turn this damn thing off. It always happens. Always happens. But I was expecting some sort of twist, and it didn't happen, and it kind of let me down a little bit. That's why I said it was okay, because it was nothing fantastic. It wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't. But it wasn't bad. It kept you there. It kept you entertained. It started out a little slow, but then it picked up a little bit, and then it just kept this steady pace throughout the movie. There really, for me at least, there were no highs and there were no lows. There were no moments, except maybe toward the end. But once the end started, you realize that, okay, this is just, we know what's going to happen now because it happens in a fairy tale. So I guess you can say for my final thought, because I really didn't want this to be that long. I thought it was good. It wasn't bad. Don't expect some sort of twist or, you know what I mean? It's just, it was It just literally was a different take on Hansel and Gretel. That's all I can say about it. It literally was a different take on Hansel and Gretel. It wasn't a bad take. It's just that it wasn't a big phenomenal take. And I've always wanted, because the funny thing, a couple of years ago, I wanted to write a backstory to the witch from Hansel and Gretel, because nobody really touched her, and nobody really touches that story, except for Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters with I can't remember the names, but I love that movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was good. Hell, it was better than this one. I don't think I'll watch this one. I won't watch this one again. It was just a little on the boring side, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit on the boring side. But other than that, it was. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I had fish and chips. I went to a dine-in movie theater. I had fish and chips, so it's starting to come up. I hate the old wine that's been open. All right, so that's it, y'all. Sorry it wasn't that long, but then y'all probably good. It ain't that damn long because I'm not ranting and raving about something that wasn't about what I'm talking about. So yeah, guys, if you're still thinking of going and checking it out, still go check it out. One thing about me, if I don't like something, that doesn't mean you won't like it. You know what I mean? I don't. Whenever I give my reviews and my thoughts, these are what I thought. But please still go check it out, please, because people spent money on this movie. The acting was good, the imagery was good, cinematography, everything was great. Nice storytelling, just a little on the boring side, but it was good storytelling. Hard work went into it, so please go check it out. Don't ever hear me say I didn't like it, because let me tell you something. I do not like Toy Story, and everybody loves Toy Story. So don't always listen to me. If I didn't like it, that don't mean you won't. So just go check it out. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. So thank you for stopping by here at Mystic Shadow Film.